11.
Hey, that's a great number. 8?
Great.
6 and 8s?
6 and 8s. Well, we can go all day long.
We're good.
No.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mayhem and Misfits. I am your DM, Eric James Benson. And how about we go around the table and introduce who is playing and what character they're playing.
I think I know who I am and what I'm playing. I'm Scotland. I'm playing Jenna, the cleric, kind of, mostly. Elf person.
All right. I'm
Sorry,
Graham.
the craps threw me for a loop. I was in gambling brain. I couldn't help it.
I'm Graham. I'm playing Fen, and Fen is a druid with just a hint of barbarian, and who's a master thief, despite the fact that I seem to have failed all stealth and or thief checks, even though I have a +9 to stealth.
I fail a lot of healing things, so this is like the flavorful side of it.
Yep.
It's good.
We got it covered.
Yep. I can pay attention to clues and hints really subtly.
Boosh!
I'm Joe. I'm exhausted, and I'm playing Sully Starfallen, tiefling monk from the Temple of the Spiraling Ginger.
Exhausted Joe playing D&D is the best Joe playing D&D.
Oh, yeah, this is going to go well.
We did try and get him drunk.
Yes.
I need to be able to get home.
But you also...
Eventually.
You also did manage to revive him after death saves last week.
I kind of killed them.
Yeah, I mean, you guys...
Don't worry about that part.
As of last week's adventure, you guys went up against a chain golem, or a chain devil, and Sully, in his infinite wisdom, decided to tickle it.
Yep.
At his point of first contact.
Yep.
So that went well. Jenna, you managed to wrap this entire tower in the Sword of Growth and light it on fire, while Fen, in bear form, tried diligently to climb the chains and also attack said devil.
Yep.
But both Sully and Fen wound up on the floor, almost dead.
Covered in petrol.
Huh?
What?
Yep.
That's
And you know, but you managed to get out. You were in. You made your. This was your first entrance into the spires of Mirkaden.
Wait, it's got a name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had followed Rake in there, but as you walked in, there were just these chains and said devil, and Rake was nowhere to be found. Pippin had stayed back at the bar, and that's where we left off. You had managed to make your escape from this room, this first room, and wobble back to the tattoo Bindlebogs, and that's where we left off.
Well, is it still there? Because we left it in charge with the bird in charge. So.
And a dwarf in charge.
Well, they were both in charge. We have a parent trap situation going on. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
as you walk into Bindlebogs, you see that the bar is has the patrons are there drinking and merrymaking as they feel. You feel an air of, oh shit, we're going to die, mixed with we might as well drink. You see. You see Sherry up on top of the bar, on top of the highest, on top of the highest rack of bottles that are behind the bar, and you see her moving her wings, looking like she's trying to give orders to people, but nobody's really paying attention.
I look at Sherry and I'm just like, awesome.
Hey, the bar's not on fire. That's a step up from when we were like tending it, right?
Where's our dwarf friend?
He's still sitting by the fire.
Everything
It's
looks
not
good.
on fire. I guess. I mean, I did that last time. Lit it on fire last time, so it can't be worse than that.
Yeah. Job well done, guys.
Cool. Do you see Pippin?
No.
I need a rest. If I remember correctly, I fell asleep in front of the fire in the last episode.
Yeah, I think we dragged you there or something.
Yeah.
Sherry, do you happen to know where Pippin is?
What? Huh? Huh?
Pippin?
Woo!
We left her here,
Woo!
I think. I'll speak with animals.
What up? How
Hey,
you doing?
Sherry.
How's things going?
Good,
Look at
good.
me. I am commanding this room.
We're still alive.
Well, that's
Barely.
fantastic.
Looks
I mean-
like everything's good here.
Well, yeah, it's wonderful. Do you see how well I have managed to assume control of this inn and delegate orders?
Yeah, everything's going really good.
Damn right it is. That's why I'm in charge. And
Absolutely.
Sherry is just waving her hands, and nobody is paying attention at this point.
It's
So,
fantastic.
Sherry, do you happen to know where Pippin is?
You see Crimpin actually walk past down the length of the bar, and he looks up at Sherry and keeps walking by. Yeah, Pippin, yeah, well, let's just say may have gotten in a fight, may not have. I don't know. I do know, but I don't know. Could be down for the count right now, healing some wounds. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Pippin, but
Alright.
she's up in the suite, or he's up in the suite just doing the thing.
I, for one, vote we don't bother her.
What? Don't bother who?
Pippin.
Were we gonna bother her?
No, and I don't think we should.
Great. I'm all for it.
I value not throwing up and continuing.
Awesome.
So, I could use a nice nap or longer.
Yeah, should we do that whole rest thing, or should we say we already have done a rest thing? I don't know. Is that cheating?
What'd you say?
Should we do a rest, or can we say we've had a rest?
You can do a rest if you want.
I think we should, considering how
I think we need a nice long rest, right?
probably. Well, how alive are you?
Passed out. Oh no, I think it was a 1.
You see Sully just lounging over a essentially a lazy boy, but his feet are over one edge and his head is hanging off
I had
the other.
assumed I'd fallen asleep on the floor.
That works too.
Cool.
right.
Yeah. So a
Sleep the
rest.
night,
Yeah.
grab
yeah.
some beers, and then head out in the morning.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I mean, Rake seems to have already gotten the jump on us anyway.
I didn't
so-
even know that guy, and I don't even care.
Yeah,
I mean, well,
but-
you said you knew him.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure he was probably from White Spire, but who am I to judge? I mean, he was kind of nice, kind of
Where was he from?
White Spire, possibly. You know, the city
Okay.
that I grew up from and kind of fled for my gambling debts.
Still not gonna share.
Well, okay, see, so I may have ripped off a duke, right? I'm sure he's not that upset. You know, he only sent all those gnolls after me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, when you're what was it, 6,000 or so in the hole, you know, you gotta rob rich people, right?
It's fair, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I kind of do that through contracts.
Working.
It should. Well, no, it's like an official way to
More fun
rip people off.
steal from people.
Yeah, but here they agree to sign the paperwork to let you do the work for
Well,
them.
where's the fun in that?
Oh, it's fun. It's a subtle fun.
All right, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Rake probably someone I may have stolen from, possibly. He didn't seem that mad, so maybe not. I still don't quite trust that guy. You know, he didn't help us out.
What did you actually steal from him?
From him?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I've been drunk for a while, so I guess we'll find out.
that's all right. That's legit.
I mean, I remember stealing large amounts of money from people. Small things, who remembers that? Plus, he
Awesome.
didn't seem that pissed off, so.
I will totally drink to that.
All right. Let's drink and sleep.
Before I head out, I'm gonna stop by our dwarven friend and ask him about this sword, since I've been able to make it do things, and he seemed to know a little bit about it last time and about Talbot. So, if you're passing out, I'm gonna go check
for
that
it.
out real quick.
Okay. So he's sitting by the fire. Sully is kind of cuddled up into a ball, resting by the embers that are coming out of the fireplace itself.
Looks like a little weird cat. That's great. That's great. I'll just look at our dwarf friend and be like, "Well, you have everything under control. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Awesome." Thanks.
Hey, I do what I can. You got a bird up there, though, that's kind of just doing a lot of squawking and not enough talking.
Is
you know what I'm saying?
True, but is it causing any problem? Think of it like an
No, it's
entertainment
hilarious
service.
to me. I'm just saying, you know.
Well, see, I provided entertainment while we were away as
Hey,
well.
it's great.
I mean, I know we brought you guys here, and you.
Yeah.
Least we could do is entertain.
Probably not the smartest decision, but we'll roll with it.
I'm still gonna side with the fact that bringing you closer to the badness is the safest place to be, because they're not gonna look for you here.
We'll go with your logic.
Great.
You just start sipping away.
So this sword.
Yeah.
Remember how you told me about it?
Yeah.
It's a sword of regrowth and
Yep.
whatnot. Do you know anything else about it?
I mean, other than the big vines and spreading all over and
Yeah.
that magical fun stuff?
Yeah. What's up with that?
What do you mean?
I mean, what else do you know about this other than it's just a sword of regrowth? Does it have any other purpose?
Well, it was the old king's sword. I know that.
Old king. I'm not from around here, so you're gonna have to be.
Well,
Which king?
the king of Mirkaden, you know, the spires that you so generously brought us right up to.
Okay.
Yep. It was his. And as long as they prospered, the sword needn't not be used. But unfortunately, as you can tell here, there is a purpose for this device.
So when the
again.
dragon came and killed everybody basically in the city or cursed it in some way. Okay. Well, these towers then, freeing those towers certainly would make things a little nicer, I'm assuming.
That would be wonderful.
What would you do, say those towers to be freed?
Well, there's never been a discussion among the people because we've had no real hope of it being achieved in many a year.
And I'm going to tell them about what just happened with the chain demon and how that little small bit was removed.
Well, that's a start.
So you can see we're getting somewhere. So just going to put that on the table right there and leave that as a little good
Sure.
note of like. So I'm not lying to you when I'm saying we were going to try.
And I applaud you for your effort.
I want you to give some thought to thinking what you would do with those towers, what we'd do with this place, because I certainly don't need it, and we could probably use some help once we get the ball rolling and get it cleaned up a little bit more. With
Sure.
cleaning everything else out, because there's a lot of stuff there. Those weird shadowy blob things and
The what?
the weird. What were those things? Those blobs that were hanging under the bridge.
He doesn't know.
Oh, sorry. I'm asking as me.
Yeah, they were black oozes.
Just black ooze. Yeah, so there's tons of those. And
Well, that's frightening,
it is.
but it could be. It's to be expected.
In what way should it be expected?
Whatever's inside of this castle, I don't think they're going to want to give it up easily.
It's fair.
It's been haunting us for almost 50 years.
Is that why you've been trying to steer clear of it? And
Yeah.
did anyone try and free it?
I'm sure there were.
All right. Well, as you can tell, it was an adventure there today. The cat, Sully, is resting.
Who? What? What happened to him?
It's fine. It's fine. The towers are
Is he fine?
yeah, he's totally fine.
I think he's missing a couple fingers or something. I mean, what's going on?
He's totally fine. A little rest, a little sleep. He's gonna pop back up. He's gonna be like, it's fresh as that's what happens. That's how he looks at the end of the day. It just, in the morning it's all fresh again. It's great.
Well, that's magical.
Super duper magical.
Well, he's moving, at least. I mean, that's a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't for a while. But see, he's moving again, so it's an improvement. We're walking towards improvement every moment of the day.
Hey, you got to be walking towards something.
I'm trying.
Until you speed us right towards an evil castle that, may have killed, hundreds of people around this land. Probably.
Wait. The castle killed hundreds?
He's talking now.
He speaks. See?
Wait.
Been responsible, I should have said, young
The castle was responsible?
sleeper. He is sleeping, right? Is he sleep talking at
He's
this
sleeping.
point?
Well, no.
He's very
And I want to
talented.
grab the little bowl with nuts in it, throw it out, pour a little drink in it, like a little cat bowl, scoot it on over.
Wait, why is the castle responsible?
So you, that ale, Sully reminds you very vividly of the old Starfinder ale.
Oh, good. Out.
Yeah, you are instantly
Oh, yeah. Totes out.
totaled.
See, he's all better now.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the best brew in the land. We have to import it from far east,
Where in the east?
from the Citadel.
You have to forgive me for asking all the questions. I'm not from this area, so I have no idea what the score is.
The what?
I have no idea what the arrangement is, the locations, the score of what's going on is.
Well, let's just say we don't have much contact with the Citadel, but we have a person on the inside that will deliver us this fine beverage.
Well, that's the best kind of person to have. Beverage delivering people. Well, I mean, our plan of action is we're gonna try and tackle this again tomorrow.
Sure.
See what's going on there.
I mean, is this going to happen again?
Probably. I mean, all cards on the table.
Sure.
I mean, you've been a battle. You've been a warrior. You've seen this stuff before.
And at that point, you see Sherry fly down and stand on the mantle of the fireplace and has a stick under her sleeve or under her wing and is just marching along the mantle, giving orders to the air and just marching back and forth.
All train of thought gone.
I think what my
That's
associate
some
was
bird.
saying is we're very professional and we're doing everything perfectly as we planned.
Right. Great.
And we'll take care of the Spire business. So, is there any kind of legend behind this? Anything about the evil that you know, or?
We don't know what's going on down there. Nobody's ever really made it inside.
Has anyone gone there and not come back or anything
I'm
like
sure
that?
many have.
All right. Do you want some of these old musty books I found there?
Well, I want one at least.
Oh,
Sure.
no, take your pick. I'll just dump the rest on the
And
counter.
he just takes all the books and just, you see him kind of, which is out of characteristic for him, because you would think he would just be a common fighter that wouldn't have any real interest in these materials, but you see him almost immediately go into trance as he is flying through page by page by page by page, and now he is almost oblivious to you.
I really
Which-
hope one
which-
of those is 1001 uses for butter.
Which book is he doing that to?
You can see it, and it is one of them is the history of Mirkaden, and then you see a pile of other books that he pulled down and put next to his chair. One is spells and wizardry, 101.
I remember that book.
Brewing 302.
Well, our host
And Wits and
seems-
Wagers.
Wits and Wagers.
Our host seems a little occupied here. So
And
we,
he's just cruising. Like you can see these pages almost being ripped as he's pulling them to the side, and they're fanning. You can see his hair kind of blowing back because he's cruising through it so fast.
maybe after we sleep, he can tell us something.
I put a hand on the book in the middle of while he's reading. I said, "Haven't seen a book in a while, have you?"
Not in a long time. This is fantastic. Keep going. Get back in there and get me more.
See, we already delivered.
All right.
I want to know everything I can about this area and what is down there.
We keep those books safe. We'll be back for them.
I'll tell you what's not down there. A chain devil.
A what?
Yeah. There's no longer a chain devil down there.
Oh, so that's the what caused this
No,
that's
he
unrelated.
he went to a day spa.
a day spa.
Yeah, well, after we
What is
took
a
care
day
of
spa?
look, it's where I'm from anyway. It's a place where you get to relax for the day, and you recuperate in some nice mineraled waters.
Look how relaxed he is.
He's
Have
Can't
you
so
be
been
more
relaxed.
drinking?
relaxed.
Not enough, but he's so relaxed. I mean, he went for
'cause
the
he's dead.
He went for the rough, like shihatsu massage or something. I don't know. We warned him about.
Yeah.
Remember we warned him about it. We said, no, that's a little rough. I mean, we just got that chain demon. He's like, no, I want to loosen up.
And he just shakes his head and just goes right back to the books.
All
So
right,
you're
so
good at identifying objects.
I
'Cause
can
found
be.
this ring thing. I don't know. Do you know anything what it is?
Pick it up, and I've got some good. What would this be? I got some good Arcana. I can kind of take a look at this.
So the way you're going to do that is you either sit with it for an hour
Mm-hmm.
and meditate with it, or cast an identify spell.
I could take it for an hour and try and
Sure.
see what it
I
is.
trust you more than my own knowledge.
No worries. I'll take it with me and I'll put it in my ledger with a little note.
I'm gonna go commune with the beast spirits so I can get
Did you say
back
the
to
bee spirits?
beast spirits.
No, you've communed with the bee spirits.
No, the bee spirits are over in the east.
Oh, there's actually bee spirits?
Well, yeah, there was a whole mead thing.
Oh. I've missed so much.
Yeah, that was in the before times. But yeah, there were totally bee spirits.
Okay.
They're like the cousins of the beast spirits, though.
No, booze made from bees. Bee spirits.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm going to take that ring in my notes and I'm going to go cruise off to get some rest in my charbroiled room.
Okay. So you're gonna sleep and meditate with this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just trance in the main room.
just sitting out there, and Sully's still.
Glow sticks. With
I
the
don't have
bee
to sleep,
spirits.
right?
So Jenna, as you sit and gaze into this ring, you see within its ruby gem, almost it looks like there are shooting stars passing through the gem. And you realize this ring is now attached to you,
Oops.
and you are almost melded with it. And you know that you can now cast dancing lights and light at will, but it also can cast ball lightning and fairy fire.
Whoa. I'm so sorry.
You get to you have 6 charges of that, and once they run out, once you at dawn, it recharges 1d6 of those total 6 charges.
So dancing lights, fairy fire.
It's the Ring of Shooting Stars, if you want to look it up later.
Ring.
And ball lightning.
Shooting stars and ball lightning.
Okay.
I mean, it seems perfect for your strategy here of blowing everything up with lightning.
It's like, hey, I found this thing. Shit.
Fen doesn't know that yet. Until you go back down.
It's true. I'm going to contemplate that for a few minutes.
But other than that, the night passes and you all wake up. Sully, you feel better. Still a little worn from your Tickle Fest. 1493. So. But as you start to make your way down into the, well, you wake up in the inn, on the main floor. Fen and Jenna, you walk down and you see the same patrons, but they're all having their morning coffee or booze, whatever. We don't judge here.
It's the brunch zone.
Yeah, but you do see Sherry still back up on top of that shelf behind the bar, kind of waving her wings in barking order.
I will look right at Cherry and be like,
Have you slept?
What? Woo! Woo! Woo!
Oh, speak with animals.
All right.
What? What do you say?
Sherry, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
We're gonna
I'm
leave
glad
the
I'm
bar
appreciated.
in your capable feather hands, I guess.
I
Wings.
call them wings.
Capable wings.
Thank you
There
very
we go.
much.
We'll leave it in your
Wings.
capable wings.
Wings.
All right.
Yes.
You're doing a great job.
That's all I do. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence.
Can't disagree. All right, we're going to head off to our adventure. Don't wake Pippin. Let her
Listen,
sleep that off.
I'm not even going near that. That's you. What?
All right.
so,
I didn't hear anything. I'm just trying to figure out. Do owls pee?
I don't know, but it makes for an interesting
Apparently they
discussion.
yeah,
do.
they piss excellence.
All of them?
I'm pretty sure.
Sherry's
Okay.
a very special owl.
Did you call me special?
In a good way.
Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm still
Someone
thumbs
recogni-
upping.
No other owl could keep this bar so well under control.
That's all I'm trying to say. I'm glad somebody has recognized this. What else can I do?
Thank you. Keep that up.
Good job, Sherry. Thank you. Keep it up.
You got it. And you just
And
see
I
her go back
slowly
to
back away.
waving her wings at just practically nothing. Nobody is even paying her 1 ounce of attention.
So, shall we set out back for that spire?
I'm gonna grab like dry oatmeal, like a bag of it, and
Yeah.
some beer.
Yeah.
I'll just
You see Crimpin behind the bar, and he's like, do you need anything else?
granola. We're good.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a buffet on the main table if you need any food.
I'll just grab stuff that travels well, like hard-boiled eggs.
There is, anything you can think of. Crimpin has managed to put a spread out. It's like, listen, we're not dead. I know what you've done. You've taken us really close to danger, but you've managed to keep us safe, and
We're good. Everything's fine here.
You feeling a little bit better? Was the day spa really good?
We're gonna have words later.
Well, you're fine now.
Day spa my ass.
It was fine. You were fine.
You could even have been like, "Hey, look out!"
It was the fastest way to get you down.
Words are a free action.
The fastest way. I have this. I'm a professional.
Let's walk and talk.
Just professional.
I mean, she did pick us up afterwards, right?
Did you see all that vine goodness and that green stuff and the killing? Oh wait, you didn't because you were dead.
And
But
I
then
was
I
dead
fixed
because lightning.
Why were you so close?
Well, since we went in after Rake, where the fuck is Rake?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I didn't know if Rake was the demon, so I was trying to like suss that out.
I mean, I was following your lead. I
Oh.
tried the whole tickle strategy there.
Wait, you were tickling him?
I
You
mean,
fucked a demon.
aggressively attacking the demon.
I
So
don't
let's-
feel bad about anything I did. Anything.
I mean, it's clear he got past that. So maybe he had some kind of deal with the demon or something?
Who are you friends with?
What do you mean friends with? That guy did
Who
not
do you
seem
know?
friendly. I'm pretty sure I robbed that guy. And I
Not
only rob
well.
bad people, by the way. So that's how we know he's not good.
So you're claiming yourself as some sort of Robin Hood.
Yes, I rob people in the hood who are bad.
Okay.
Have I robbed you?
I don't know.
Why don't you check your pockets?
I don't have pockets.
So clearly I haven't robbed you.
Honestly, had you tried to rob me, you probably would have lost a hand. Where's
Good to know.
Chester?
You don't see him.
Where's Chester?
Last I saw, I healed him.
Yeah. We brought you both back to the tavern. You laid on the floor. I don't know where Chester went.
I'm gonna grab a bunch of sausage and just like start showing it to items in the bar.
As you start to do that, the steam rising from this sausage, this hot sausage, is just emanating throughout the room, and you just hear.
Okay, what's hopping towards me?
And you just hear this clunking coming down the stairs, as you see a purple tongue stick to the bottom of the stairwell, and pull forth Chester.
Chesty.
I'm not gonna like make assumptions of gender.
I thought his name was Chester.
It was that day.
Oh, sure. Okay. So you see him in his true chest form flop down to the bottom of the stairs. And
This is seriously the weirdest relationship.
his tongue just shoots
Oh,
out of his
that
mouth,
was a little weird.
slaps you on the side of your face, and then just kind of slowly trickles down and goes back into his mouth.
I'm gonna hug the chest.
And he wraps the pseudopod around you, and then lets go.
See, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Want to go again?
Huh?
Into the pillars? Cool. Me neither, but let's do this.
So wait, was the chest upstairs in like a bed? And the monk down sleeping on the floor next to the fire?
Yeah, I left him a little bowl of beer. It was good.
At least someone used the bed, I guess.
Hmm.
For all I know, Chesty was the bed.
Oh, so Fen. Yeah, remember that ring you gave me?
Yeah, was it anything?
Yeah, it
Kinda
was.
junk or
No, it was a thing. It kind of bound itself to me when I looked at it,
I see.
and I feel a little guilty about that.
No,
but not
it's
really.
okay. I mean, is it
And-
useful?
It's super useful.
All right.
It's super duper useful. But I feel kind of bad about that because, like, you found it. And,
Everyone found it.
well, tell you what, the other day, before, you officially kind of joined us, I did, like, intimidate the crap out of this one merchant.
Okay.
And I ended up with this robe.
All
I
right.
only think it's fair that something cool gets.
Sure, I
just-
don't want to take your robe or anything. I mean,
I mean, you
I'm sure
hardly
we'll
have
find
any
other
clothes on.
things
It's going to
down
be
here.
helpful.
that is true, but I mean, I don't really need clothes.
No, but you might want this, and I show him this, and it's that.
All right. Sure. I mean, I'm happy to take that off your hands if you want.
Might be useful.
All right.
Might
Sure.
be handy. And I'm gonna give him the robe of useful things.
Okay.
So are we gonna set out again?
I think so. I think
Do
so.
we want to have a little more of a plan this time, or
I mean, not really.
should we just
What
follow
is this
Stoli
plan
again?
you speak of?
I mean, I'm glad to just follow you and see what happens.
I mean, we could send him in again and see what happens. That works
That
so
didn't really work well for us.
No, it's true. It's true.
He was fine.
So do we? Well, let's walk back over there. Sound good?
As long as we don't look at up arches, I'm fine with that.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. No.
All right.
No.
So as you make your way towards the spires again, you see the archway that leads you in. But as you look up, it doesn't look as dim and dark as it did before. So you can easily make it through, and knowing that there's probably.
I'm still gonna poke it.
Okay, so you poke. What are you poking it with?
My staff.
Your staff? The dragon staff?
Yeah.
So as you poke up with the dragon staff, you just feel a couple pieces of rubble hit your forehead,
Okay.
but nothing else.
Cool.
See, it's totally good.
I mean, you didn't look up, so I guess that's good.
And as you make your way back to the spire that has been ripped of ash around the doorway that led you into the chain golem, you see the chain still hanging there, kind of waving back and forth. And there are the two doors on the floor, as before, still closed. And, there's still the rubble around the room, the tattered and broken shelves and desks.
I'm gonna go into the building.
Well, wait. So before, how many spires are there?
There are 7 total, 3 on each side of a center spire.
And we were going to the center one.
You were on the first
Middle
one,
one.
the second one on the right. I believe. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so that one's good. And
Well, it has
there's
doors inside.
1, 2,
So
3,
do we want to
4,
check
5,
those
6.
out, or do we want to try
There's
to break
6
another
other
one?
spires, though. Do you want to just go down in them? I mean,
Two
like,
doors.
Yeah, I think the doors are more immediate, easily accessible.
So as of right now, this is the only one you can get out of.
Well, what do you mean the only one you can get out of?
They're sealed by the black crap.
Yeah,
but
but
we
we figured
broke
out.
this
Yeah,
one.
we
Yeah.
figured out how to make
Fire.
that go away.
Right, we have. So
Oh, you
right
mean you don't want to let things out?
Oh.
let's clear one out so we get a basic layout of what the fuck's going on, and then we can go set the other ones on fire.
Out of character, I love Sleepy Joe.
Good.
Okay, fine.
So which
Man.
door do you like? That one or that one?
That one.
After you.
Okay.
Which one are you going down? Left or right one?
Left.
Okay. So you notice this door, there is a ringed handle, and as you start to open it, or pull it up, it twists, and the door creaks open, and you get the smell of a dank must that hits your nostrils as you open the door.
Does it smell like the stuff that the other tiefling was smoking?
What?
The other tiefling
What
that
smell?
disappeared?
Oh, rake?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
What?
All
What are
right.
you grinning about?
It's a thing called weed.
Oh my god.
Is that from that other universe you're from?
I don't know. One of the people that disappeared was like always in search of it, but had some on her.
So there's something valuable that's consumable this direction?
I think so.
Good enough.
Walking down.
Okay.
So you
Hang
start-
on 1 second, and I cast Bless just on the part. Well, wait, hang on. I'll save that for a minute. I'll say some nice, encouraging words that sound like a cleric thing, but nothing happens.
Okay.
Do we want to be sneaky? Is
Why
that
is she chanting at me?
It just looks at you.
Umuguego Vides Ow? Okay. Going down quietly.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the marching order down this stairs?
I'll go 2.
I'll be last.
You, Jenna, you hear as you lower the door behind you.
Can I not lower the door? Can
Sure.
I jam something in there to keep it open?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jam something in there to keep it open.
What are you using?
One of the broken bookcase parts. Just gonna kind of drag it
Okay.
over to it and jam that thing open.
Okay. So you leave a little book, right in the crevice as the door closes, and you have about 6 inches worth of space between the opening and the door frame. And you slowly start to walk down, and Sully, as you get down to the opening of this stairwell, it's probably about 30 feet down as it spirals. And you would kind of think that you're now underground at this point.
You don't say.
And as you slowly walk out into the archway at the bottom of these stairs, you see a feast hall that it is exactly like the one that was put into your mind when you first walked into this spired realm, or into the city.
With or without the dwarves?
What you notice is this feast hall, though large, it's probably a 30 by 100 foot room. You see the arrangement on the table itself is all rotting and decrepit. You see, instead of dwarves sitting in the chairs, you see skeletons with their heads crooked in different positions, but almost as if they died here. But what you notice is the glasses in front of them are still filled with liquid. And you instantly get an image of the dwarves alive, mingling, feasting, cheersing, but then it comes back and you see this rotting scene in front of you.
Anybody else see that?
Hey, it's the
You both
thing
did.
from that picture
You got
that
the
was
same
in our
image.
head.
Can I do Can I do an Arcana check to see if I notice anything magical about the whole
Sure.
situation? 14. 15, sorry.
The only thing you think that is magical in this room is whatever liquid is in these cups.
So, something's not right with that liquid. Why we're getting brain flashes, I have no idea.
Did we already drink out of the cups and not remember it?
Maybe we need to drink more out of the cups. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you first.
All right.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. And then I want to cast a Sacred Flame and just burn one of those cups and see if I can burn it.
So the cups are made of... the only part that isn't rotted is the gold that is the structure of this cup. So as you cast Sacred Flame, you just see the cup melt and gold pool up onto the table and spill over the edge. And the liquid that was inside is pooling up inside of the gold as well.
I've never seen something do that before. Have you?
No, so we should try it, right?
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, why not?
Does Chester
Why-
want to try it?
Oh, yeah.
He seems to like eating things, right?
He's a demon. He can tell us what the contents are. He's like a mass.
What demon? I am the demon. This a chest.
Sure.
So what? We've agreed demons are to try things.
No.
Oh. Is there like a
That-
stick I can poke the liquid with?
You see eating utensils on the table if you want to take like a fork or a knife, and as you poke it, and the fork comes out of the liquid, it just looks like the normal viscosity of any kind of alcohol.
The booze has some staying powder. Power. Words. Is this the only way in and out of this room?
No, you see on the far left and the far right there are 2 doors that you could go through to get out
Okay.
of this room.
And out of curiosity, in the room, is there any like paintings or symbols or anything in the hall?
There aren't paintings, but you do see tapestries that are hanging down from the ceiling, but they seem like they would have been a vibrant red. They're now tattered, torn, and dull in color.
How is this room lit?
The room is lit. There are candelabra or chandeliers, but you are seeing a green glow emanating from them, and it gives off of. Sorry, Jenna, that would have been your magic as well, your detect magic as well. There's a faint glow coming from just a couple of these candles that are on the chandeliers.
Is the liquid amount uniform throughout all the glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
What does it smell like?
When you take a whiff, it smells a little bit
Waft.
waft. You take a. It smells just a little bit like a dried mead, with the smell of orange peel and fennel.
Does it remind me at all of the mead that they had at the giant bee hive thingy in the other town?
Yes.
Huh.
Huh? What?
His product seems vaguely familiar.
So you've tried this before?
No, but remember when I was telling you about the bee spirits?
Yeah.
This kind of smells like some of the stuff they had there.
Spirits, right? I'll stick my finger in.
As you put your finger in, it just feels a little thick, like alcohol. It doesn't have the consistency of just regular water, and you can pull your finger back
Pull my
out.
finger out, and then I'll lick it.
Roll me a DC. A DC, a con check.
13.
13. You start to feel your throat begin to constrict a little,
All right.
and your stomach is very nauseous at this point.
I don't recommend tasting it.
Yeah. See, that's what I was trying to say. Like, you can't. I think this stuff is cursed. As you're dying, I'm just like lecturing you as you're dying. And
I'm going to pull out a wineskin
Okay.
and slowly pour
Okay.
the poison into it.
You now have a bag of this fluid in your wineskin.
Okay.
You are starting to get more and more nauseous, almost at the point of vomiting.
I'm gonna reach over and do a lesser restoration.
So as you start to reach over, Fen does a 14 get your armor class.
It does not.
Okay, you roll me a perception check, Jenna.
19.
You see a tentacle come out from underneath. It almost breaks through. It breaks a hole through the left door that Sully had asked about, and it shoots and tries to wrap its tentacle around Fen, but you're able to see it as it is going past your leg.
And I grab him with the lesser restoration touch, and I shove him out of the way.
Okay. Sully, you roll me a perception check.
So you should be solid now. Maybe.
8.
You see Jenna throw Fen over the table, but you don't know why.
I'm helping. Tentacles.
These two things seemed incongruous.
Yeah, they aren't. They aren't.
Okay, where are the tentacles?
I'm busy trying to get an incantation out and heal this person and throw him around, so that's all you hear from me.
I'm going to start looking around.
And as you start to look around, you now see a hole in the door on the left of this room that is probably about 12 to 16 inches off the bottom of the floor, and as it looks like it had been broken in. And all you hear is a laughter permeating through the room as you hear, "Welcome to my playground. Let the games begin."
I choose Parcheesi.
And as you say that, you see the door blow open as wood springs forth from it and hits you all over your body.
This isn't Parcheesi.
And you see a beast on 4 legs with 3 tentacles sprouting from its shoulders and back rush into the room.
Hey, give me some extra arms.
The 25 hit you.
Yes, a 25 hits me.
You take 14 points of damage.
Okay, I'm going to set myself on fire. Let me just... Yep.
We're off to a good start.
You guys also have a advantage roll whenever you want to burn one.
It takes 11
Okay.
as my blood spews out with fire.
You are now also... It is wrapped... One of the tentacles is wrapped around you as it's pulling you closer to its maw.
It has a mouth?
And the mouth is... You don't see any eyes on this creature's face. You just see spiked teeth as the mouth comes to a point on both top and bottom.
Hey, give me one of those. Give me one of those. I just want Chesty to, like, do that in front on top of me.
Okay, and Chester... And he wraps around your head like a helmet and extends to a bottom and top mouth with spikes coming down from both the top and bottom.
All right. I assume now we're playing Simon Says.
And you see this creature just... as it rips. And you get an image in your head of your body being ripped in two.
Okay.
Jenna, you see Sully get wrapped around by the tentacle of this beast that has smashed through the western door. And it reminds you vaguely of the Chain Devil incident.
I see a theme. I'm just saying this all to myself, like, it's the weirdest contract. Huh. I'll have to think about that later. I shake my head and just send the sacred flame towards its weird toothed face. And
This is good.
5.
So you fire off the sacred flame, and Sully, you can just feel it scorch your butt as it goes past you and misses this beast. As the teeth are getting closer and closer to your body. Fen.
Can I breathe now?
No, you are poisoned, and on your rolls you have
Oh.
disadvantage.
So the restoration didn't.
restoration.
Oh, the restoration. Yeah, sorry.
poison.
You can breathe now.
All right. So seeing Sully grappled, I'll transform into a dire wolf and charge towards the tentacle and try to take a bite out of that tentacle.
Okay.
I'm guessing Sully's within 5 feet of the monster.
He's about 10 feet away.
Okay. So that would be 15 to hit.
Are you attacking the tentacle or the beast itself?
The tentacle.
Okay. You definitely hit.
That would be 5 piercing damage on the tentacle.
5.
2 ones.
So you hear this beast scream out as you rip into it, but you see Sully just being whipped back and forth now. Sully, you are in the grips of one of the tentacles of this beast, and at the end of the tentacle, it almost looks like it has little ticklers on it that could hurt you in the worst of ways.
I'm gonna try to like clamp it with my hands and the poison gauntlets
And the what?
and the poison fists.
Okay.
Okay. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Cool. 7 poison.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that again. For 8 poison.
So you start to feel this one tentacle go a little limp, but it's still wrapped around you. As you smash your hands together and clamp the end of this pseudopod between them.
Okay. Con save.
Okay.
Using my stunning strike.
19 on the roll.
Fuck that guy. All right, I'm done.
And with it wrapped around you, there are the other two. You see the other two tentacles raise up, and they almost look upset that you're gripping the third in between your two fists. And one of them comes and smacks you upside the face and easily hits you. For 10 points of damage as you feel the ticklers on the end of this tentacle straighten, harden, and leave a little bit of a grate on the side of your face. The second one reaches and goes to hit you, Fen. I'm guessing a 25 hits.
It does.
And you take 11 points of damage as you are struck. Now, roll me a strength check.
It's 22.
It tries to wrap around you, but doesn't manage to inflict any constriction on you.
All right.
Jenna, you see Sully still wrapped by this tentacle. Fen has been smacked upside the head as well.
So I'm
And
gonna.
the beast itself, its main body is just outside of the archway, or on the inside of this room.
So looking over at the thing, and I give it the hey hey hey. Can it hear me? Can it understand?
It can, yeah.
And then I hit it with a command
Okay.
of drink that wine.
And what's the DC?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Of what? I got a 13.
16.
Okay.
So on your next turn, got to follow that command of drink that wine.
Okay.
And then it's a lot of Kool-Aid-o, Rapido, oh yeah, happening from my direction. That's about all I get
Okay,
done.
Fen.
That's verbal, right?
That's verbal.
Awesome. Because I've got all the wine in a wineskin.
I just said, I can only give a
I know.
simple command.
I'm going to help it.
So it's slowly still wrapped around. Okay, so I'll try to bite that tentacle again.
Okay.
That would be a 21 to hit.
Definitely hits.
That will be 10 piercing damage.
You okay? And you see it. Two of the tentacles almost reel back, as if they're preparing to strike at you.
And then with my bonus action, I'll turn and hiss and enter a rage.
Oh yeah.
Sully, you will have this tentacle wrapped around your torso, and two of them are now raised up almost as if they're on their hind quarters.
Okay. And I'm going towards the maw?
Yeah.
How close am I?
You're about, at this point, you're about 6 feet away.
All right. With the wine.
Okay. So you spray the wine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah!
there you go. Thank you.
You spray the wine into the beast's maw, and you just say, and you start to see it wobble a little, and the constriction around you starts to loosen.
All right. I'm going to try to wriggle out.
Okay. You have advantage on your roll. Add your dex bonus.
All right. Be a 17.
As you start to feel the tentacle loosening, you slide directly down onto the floor as it kind of flops back and is just waving back and forth with no coherent direction.
Okay. How long do we think this shit lasts? Do we just go behind it? Set it on fire?
Look, it worked. Keep doing it.
What?
Fill up the rest of that wine. And
I did pour all of it in there.
did you pour all of it in that?
Yes.
Great, sacred flame. I'll try and light it up.
All right, keep that in mind. Sully does a. Oh, I got to roll disadvantage on that. Okay. I'm guessing a 12 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Fen, you see a tentacle boozily make its way towards Sully, but it just kind of falls short. But as you're paying attention to that, you feel a whap on the back of the head.
Oh no.
But thank God it's poison, because that was a 20 and an 18. So it only hits.
All right.
And you take another 14 points of damage.
All right. Is that bludgeoning?
It is piercing.
Piercing? Okay. So half that.
And roll me an escape check. So you can use your dex or your strength, one of the two.
All right. We'll do strength. 17.
As it tries to wrap its tentacle around you, you slam it with your claw, and it just reels back. Jenna?
I hit it with that sacred flame.
Okay.
16.
Okay, so you send out the sacred flame, and as Sully is, the stream of wine going into this is just about finished dripping out of its mouth, but your flame catches the end of it, ignites on fire. Roll me some damage.
It's not a lot, but it's 3.
And roll them again.
The plus 8.
You see its maw engulf in flame as the teeth are now dripping with this wine that Sully had taken out of his skin, and the teeth are now ignited on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, now it's got fire bites.
Fen, you see, you have just been smacked by one of the tentacles of this monster, and you see his jaws now alight on fire.
All right, I'm going to pounce towards the main body of him.
Okay.
Is Sully within 5 of him?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll have pack tactics on that for
Okay.
advantage. And that will be a 16 to hit.
Totally hits.
That is 9 piercing.
So you bite into the jugular of this beast, and it reels in pain, and you get a little bit of the wine that's dripping off of its bottom jaw on you, but not enough to sting you in any way.
And it has to do a DC 13 strength check or be knocked prone.
And as you bite into it, you topple it over, and you can see it's on its side now, and its 4 legs are stretching out forth towards you. Sully, you have seen Fen charge into this beast and knock it over prone while its tentacles are still waving in the air.
I'm going to punch it.
Go for it. Where are you punching?
Huh?
Where are you punching?
Main body.
Okay. You got advantage. Well, you're going to automatically hit.
Oh.
It's prone.
Right.
You're above it.
So that's 8, 15 poison.
And you just start to see the flesh on its body start to shrivel up from where you've pierced it.
Can I do anything else here? Yeah, let's give it another con save.
Okay. 18.
All right, it's not stunned. It's not stunned.
Okay. As it's starting to reel and writhe in pain, you see it jump back up onto its feet in front of you. But it's still a little woozy. Definitely doesn't hit. That first tentacle reaches out for you, Sully, and just misses. But Fen, the second one, as you see Sully kind of dodging this tentacle that's trying to wrap itself around him, you get hit in the back of the head again for another 10 points of piercing.
Okay, it's half.
And make me another escape check.
$15.
And as it smacks the back of your head, you feel it start to wrap around your face, but the piercer can't catch on, and the tentacle slides back again.
All right.
Jenna.
What kind of state do I think this thing is in?
You see it wobbling back and forth as if it's very nauseous, and you see blood dripping down below its stomach. So you think it's taken a lot of damage at this point.
Well, I mean, I loved hitting it with the fire. I'd like to try and just light it up again,
Okay.
if at all possible. It's a 15 hit.
Yes.
Awesome. 9 points.
So you shoot more flame at this creature, and its jaws start to grow even. The flames start to engulf it even more. So now its head is almost a complete ball of fire.
Yeah, because I just gave it one of the like that, just two up.
But in doing so, it's starting to scream and claw at the floor.
That's how I like those things. That's how I prefer them.
Fen, you see the head of this beast grow. The flame engulfing it is growing bigger and bigger and bigger in front of you.
So I'm going to try to bite it again, not where the fire is. For 24 to hit. That'll be 12 piercing and another DC 13 strength check.
Okay. Makes the check with a 19. How much damage?
I think that was 13 damage.
So you
12 damage, sorry.
12. You charge in, bite just above its shoulder blade, and sink your teeth in as you feel blood just start to drip down onto the floor. And the heat is now almost scorching your fur.
All right.
Sully, you see Fen just pierced onto the shoulder of this beast.
All right.
Look, it doesn't like that super hot fire.
I'm going to run and slide on my back underneath it, punch it twice, and then disengage and get behind it.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check, too.
All right.
After
That's
you can take that.
20 to hit.
Yep.
For 10 poison. And a 21 acrobatics.
All right. So you slide underneath, and as you're sliding, you can see there are two. It almost looks like this beast has two stomachs, and you hit each one as you slide through, and you slide out the other side, and now you're in a hallway that is incredibly dim. But you're now staring at the back of this beast.
Okay.
And what you see is one of the three tentacles go between the legs of this beast and just start to search. But it can't get to you. Fen, you are incredibly lucky that it's poisoned. Does a 17 hit?
It does, yes.
So it takes one of its tentacles reaches out for you again and smacks you on the back of the head as you're paying attention, or as your jaws are locked into its shoulder for another 14 points of damage.
Right, so half.
Do you need a heal?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
It's all temporary.
And Jenna, you see a tentacle strike out at you, but it stops about 5 feet away from you, and it can't get to you, and he reels back.
That's right, because I got that super hot fire. And it's going to get some more. 15?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Super hot fire all day long. Another 8. Just right at that tentacle. Like, I don't even like that. Like, don't.
As you shoot this fire out of your hand, you see the flame hit the little ticklers on the tentacle, and from that point, the tentacle just starts to explode backwards.
Yeah, I don't play the tickle game.
And it explodes entirely till it gets to the base that connects to the body, and you just see the tentacle and the flesh explode and sear itself closed.
Wicked. That's pretty cool.
Fen.
So in my
You're-
rage state of continuously being smacked around by a tentacle, I'll just bite down as hard as I can. For 22 to hit,
Oh, yeah.
and that will be 13 piercing.
How much?
13 piercing.
How does he die?
Bite like right into him and sever him. And
So you bite your teeth down even further into his shoulder, and you rip open its throat, and all you can see is the artery that has been pumping this blood through this beast break, and you see blood spouting out of it and going behind it into the hallway, and you hear Sully.
This is so amusing.
And the beast, its four legs blow out as it crashes to the ground and lays dead before you.
stand up and look very satisfied in my dire
Don't
wolf
eat
form.
that.
And the helmet comes off, and Chester turns back into the backpack on you.
Well, that was special.
Yeah, what's in this hallway?
You see the hallway is about 50 feet in length. It's about 10 feet wide, and you don't see any light sources at all.
Okay.
But at the end, you see just another door.
Is there a hole in that? Is there a hole in it? Okay, so assumably, this thing has been in this hallway for like X amount of years?
Right, hold that thought, and then I'm gonna go over to the table and grab one of the bones of the dwarves that are there, and make myself a little animated dead pet, just to cruise with this. I'm like, no, I don't like the way this is headed. This is some arcane, interesting stuff right now.
There's some weird shit going in here.
And as I'm talking to you, this tiny little animated skeleton of a little dwarfy looking style just kind of assembles and just gives you a blank stare too. And I'm like, no.
How does something skeletal stare not blankly?
Well, no, it's a happy kind of stare.
There's no eyes.
It still feels happy though.
Okay.
You feel the happiness.
It's a toothy grin?
It is a super toothy
Cool.
grin.
So you've animated one of the dwarves.
I've animated one of the dwarves
Okay.
to have as a little friend.
I'm guessing these are like kings or something. Oh well.
But they make such wonderful pets.
Who you calling a pet?
See? I don't know that it actually has a name or not, but
What's your name?
I don't know. What's yours?
Sully?
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
just don't worry about it.
Nope, no worries. Let's go to the other door.
And I motion it to come with me.
Fine.
Is there anything else in the room, like any weaponry that the dead dwarves or anything have? Or?
No, you actually don't see any weapons in this room.
Interesting. And nothing else to note as we're leaving it? Like,
Nothing that looks expensive to you. Everything here looks as though it's been rotting, and so there's nothing of value.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we should keep going.
Yep.
So there are two doors. There is the hallway that you're in, and there is also the door on the eastern side of this feast hall.
All right. Logic says that this thing probably killed whatever else was down that hallway. So I say we keep going that way.
Okay.
Do you want to go through the unexplored door? Sorry, unexploded door? Typo.
Yeah. I don't know. To be quite honest, we shouldn't split this party.
Okay.
Dealer's choice.
All right.
It can't be any worse than everything else that's going
Go
on.
down the hallway where the thing came from.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
13.
Okay. Jenna, roll me a perception. Jenna and Fen, you both can roll me perception checks.
Is this based on hearing
14.
or smell?
Hearing.
That would be a 16.
Okay. Sully, so with you two still in the main room, Sully, you hear, "Are you having fun yet? 'Cause it only gets better." Woo! And Fen, you hear from the door on the eastern wall, you hear almost a sobbing and a crying and a call for help. Help! And what you also hear is the sound of a growling wolf.
All right. So I don't have vocal cords, so I'll start pawing at Jenna and like motioning with my paw towards the door and make like
boy?
a wolf
What is it?
whining noise.
What is it? Is Timmy stuck down the well?
What is it, boy? What?
And I'll start leading her towards the door.
Just there's a thing happening. Just can't go that way. Come on.
But
Look, seriously. Just come on.
okay, why are we going this way?
Just look.
I'll just keep paddling
Look.
towards the door.
Hey, wait a minute. So the voice in my head said, "Are you having fun yet?" It only gets better from here. So I'm guessing if you heard something
No.
or saw something,
No.
Well,
it's a trick.
point towards the door.
Okay.
So we'll head towards that door.
I'll
Why
just claw on the door.
Okay. Are you opening it or what are you doing?
Well, I don't have hands, so I'm just clawing at it.
And Fen, you can hear this shrill sound of help, help.
So I'll just bark
you just bark
and make like a little like whining dog noise.
as a bear?
No, I'm a dire wolf.
Direwolf.
Oh, direwolf.
And you hear a pounding against the door now as a wolf is growling on the other side.
And I'll howl back in wolf-like language.
And it just keeps growling and smashing against the door.
I'll keep clawing at the door.
I don't know what to do in these
Bow
situations.
staff and growl at the door.
Okay.
Okay.
You just hear growling back.
I'm just gonna take a stand back and just watch what's happening, and think about my life.
Does the door open in or out?
It opens in. Like you'd go.
And then I'm gonna hit it with the sacredest of flames, the door.
All right. So let's twist the knob, kick it in.
Are you counting down or something?
No, whoever's the strongest of us should like apply that force.
Yeah, you're all thinking too much. I throw a sacred flame at the door for 14.
What's the damage? You see this door just burst into flames, but it hasn't been completely crumbled yet, but it's on fire at this point. And you just hear, help! What? Help! Help!
Do the rest of us hear help?
Yep. You all can hear it now, and you see a claw trying to burst through the door, through the flames.
Yeah, poke it with a stick.
As you hear a wolf kind of mangle and pull back a little.
I'll just keep clawing at the door.
Who are you? Poke.
What? My name is Krim. Get me out of here.
Wait, the wolf is saying this?
No. It sounds like the voice of a teenage boy.
So is there like a hole in the door now, or?
Yep. And you can see the claw of the wolf kind of ripping through.
All right, I'll end my wolf form, and then I'll do speak with animals, and be like, "Hold on, can you hear me?"
And you just hear a growl come back.
Look, I don't think anything in here is what is. It
Yeah, I don't
just
think
doesn't.
this is a
Nothing
wolf.
works in here.
I mean, I heard the voice of someone asking for help, so that's why I led you to the door. But
Everything we've done has been like, "Are you having fun? This is a good game. This is someone playing. Like this is a joke.
Uh-huh.
So
I
you
would like to know
don't
how a
think there's-
teenager got in there.
It's a joke. Everything in here is a BS. Nothing.
so you want to ignore this door?
Where are you in relation to the wolf?
What? As far away as I can get.
What is around
And then
you?
I just fling another sacred flame at the door
Okay.
for 20.
How much damage?
9.
You see the door the left side of the door starts to crumble as it turns to ash, and you can see the wolf sticking its head out of the door opening, but then it vanishes back in.
See, none of this stuff is real. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
And then do I get the sense of any kind of weird arcana about? Am I starting to understand the arcana of any of this?
You would have to detect magic or something.
Can I give that a shot?
Do you have it?
No.
Nope.
No, I can't do that.
Can I attempt to disbelieve?
Sure.
Just straight die roll?
Mm-hmm.
18.
Nope. You
Okay.
think it's a real,
Wolf?
wolf and voice.
I'm fairly certain it's a real voice.
I don't.
I don't know where the voice is coming from.
No, I don't believe
Fuck
you.
all
This
of
has
this is
got to be
teenager.
some kind of magic nonsense.
The wolf isn't talking, so.
The wolf was
You
there
weren't
and then it
talking either.
disappeared.
Well, I was trying to talk with it, and it speak with animal, and it didn't want to talk.
Well, maybe do you always want to talk?
Okay, we're gonna burn this door down and hurt you if you don't say anything. I shout that into the door.
And you hear a growl back.
See, I feel like that's a point in which you would say something, if you could.
I say we open both doors at the same time and see if they attack each other.
Why not?
Can I see that other door from across the way?
You see the dead monstrosity in the archway, but there's a hallway past that.
So they're not like opposing each other.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought they were like directly like.
Well, they
Yeah.
are, but there's a 50-foot hallway that you'd have to go down that's not lit, so you can't see all the way down it.
All right, wait. Well, do you really want to do that?
Do you have a better idea?
And I look at the little skeleton pet, and I'm like, all right, run down there and open that door, please. It's of most importance. Make your mother proud. Yep, go for it.
And you see him walk off, very much thrillering it down the hallway. And Rudder! I know I know her!
Oh, just open it. I'm just yelling, open the
Did
door.
you say underwear?
Huh? And you see him, you hear the creak of a door open.
Uh-huh.
Nothing happens.
Is there anything down there?
Not that you can see.
All right, come on back.
I got 60 feet of dark vision. Nothing.
So you're 50 feet away. You're at the other door, so that's another 100 feet. So unless you can see 160 feet.
Well, I'm just yelling at him to come on back now.
And he comes back.
Do we want to
Wobbles
open
in
this
the
door
room.
now? Wasn't that the plan, right?
I opened your other door. See, this place is nonsense. Just open it. I bet you it's nonsense.
Well, there was a wolf's head that was peeking out of it. I mean, that's a little more than nonsense, right?
I think it's nonsense.
He's gonna kill me!
And
Alright, I'll reach over and open the door.
or what's left of the door.
What's left of the door, it crumbles as your hand opens up, and you see a wolf bearing down on a teenage boy.
Why don't you back off from that boy?
It's not even paying attention to you.
I mean, if it's nonsense, we can ignore it, right? And if it's not, I guess we can heal the boy after.
Sully, you see the skeleton come out of the archway of that hall and start to run halfway. He gets about halfway through the room towards you guys at the burning door.
Okay.
All right.
So we're not interfering with the wolf?
It's almost like whatever is here wants us to play these games like this. Like really, really. I mean, like I'm gonna have to totally. I don't know if I can ignore it. It doesn't seem to be doing anything to us, which is interesting. Why is it just targeting this boy? Like, can we talk to the boy? Who are you? And I'm yelling at that kid that I can see.
What? Me? I'm Krim! Get it away! Get it away!
Krim who?
What? Just Krim! What?
What are you doing in here?
How long
And
have you been there?
you see him back. There's a pile of rubble that he's on, almost like it's collected debris, and he's backing further and further up against the wall as this wolf is moving closer and closer to him.
What does he look like?
He looks like a young, fair-skinned teenager, long black hair, shoulder-length black hair, with a ribbon tied in the back to form it into a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
He's a human, but a little scrawny in nature. But
And the wolf that's there just looks like just a dire wolf kind of thing.
Hey, did you happen to see a tiefling come through here?
How long have you been here? See, I think this is nonsense.
So we'll just leave and close what was left of the door and just see what happens later? Is that the plan?
and you see the wolf bite into the throat of this kid. And you see blood start to gush out.
That looks a little convincing. to
It's
me.
really convincing. I mean,
How did you get here?
fine, and
And you see the teeth sink into the child even more. Blood is dripping down. It's spewing out of the neck of this kid as the child goes limp.
I would like to pull out that sword, the thorn, and just try and use it to wrap it around the wolf real quick.
Okay.
That was a 22. Get it?
22?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now roll me some damage, which you'll...
Let's.
It's going to be a D8 plus your strength.
So 3. I actually have I'm weak there.
Was it a 3?
Yeah.
So the sword springs forth and the wood end splits in two and wraps around the throat of this wolf, and you're able to twist it, and you see the wolf transform into a green hag before you. And she says, "That's playful. I'm surprised you let a little child die."
See, I told you this was nonsense.
It's total bullshit.
I mean, it's my kind of. Well, anyway.
And this hag bursts out of the grip of the sword and tries to run at you and claw at you with her claws, but can't hit you. Fen, you see this hag start to laugh and scowl at Jenna, and you see the lifeless body of this child on the ground.
I'll run towards the child if I can, kind of around the hag, and then I'll try to cure wounds on it,
Sure.
which would be a 1d8 plus 3. A theoretical 5.
The child is definitely dead.
All right.
Sully, you hear a hackling coming from the room now as you see the animated skeleton making its way through the feast hall towards you. You doing anything?
See that hag?
Huh?
Go distract the hag.
And you see him get about 30 feet from the midway of this 100-foot room, and he's almost at the archway at this point. You doing anything else?
But they're not fast.
I gave him 30-foot speed.
Yeah. How far away am I from the hag?
You're in the middle of this room, so you're about 70 feet away. You're in the middle of the feast hall, so there's about another 50 feet to the door.
I just want to get to the door.
Okay. So you get right up behind the skeleton as it's moving, and you can see the hag trying to rip at Jenna, but you also see a dead child on the ground.
You just hear me saying, it's not real. It's super duper not real.
I know. How did a child get here?
Right? It's nonsensical. Look, the
What is a child doing in the middle of this fuck all desert? Where did it come from?
Really? You know, there's magic? You have
What
a
kind of magic?
chest that can transform into anything?
That's a creature. It is my friend.
I can turn into animals?
So? It's a
There is an outside
16-year-old kid.
possibility this is an actual child.
How
that
did
was
it get
being,
here?
like, held in magical stasis.
For what?
This exact purpose.
While they're all arguing, can I try and take the sword and wrap this hag up again?
Sure.
Does a 14 hit it?
No.
Okay.
But does a 21 hit?
Oh yeah, no, everything hits me. Like you could just think about it.
So really 2 1s on 2d8s as the hag makes her way and is right up on top of you as she claws at your throat, and you just feel a scrape along your neck as you take about 5 points of
Toad's
6
broken
points
nail.
of damage. 6 points of damage.
I put on that hag cream before. It's like a nightly applique. Hag away. It's really nice.
Fen, you see Jenna getting sliced at by this hag.
This thing certainly seems real. I'm going to swipe at it with my primal
Oh, no.
savagery.
The hag is real.
I'll claw at it with my transformed hand.
Okay.
That's 25 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
That will be 11 acid damage.
Wow.
Huh?
11 acid damage.
And you hear the hag's. You'll pay.
Who will pay?
You.
Doubtful.
Sully, you see this hag ripping at Jenna, but Fen clawing into her. And the skeleton is now in the room right next to the hag doing this
Okay.
as he's
Cool.
smacking his skull with his bony fingertips.
All right. I'm gonna try to get to the other side.
You can easily get around her as the hag is still angry at Fen, but in awe of this skeleton and wondering what it's doing.
Yeah. Let's go a couple shots with fire stick.
Sure. So fire stick goes bang.
Whiff.
So Jenna, you see Sully make his way around this hag that is clawing at you, and he holds up the dragon staff, and it just shoots fire into the ceiling as it's shooting it above the head of both of you.
All right. And then I'm gonna disengage and go another 10 feet out.
Okay. And
Okay.
backwards toward the eastern wall.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Jenna, you see flames rising above your head, almost creating a fan.
We're kind of in the middle of this room,
Mhm.
and kids at the far end.
The kids on the northern wall, backed up against the northern wall.
10, 15 feet.
About 10. It's a 20 by 20 foot room,
Okay.
so it's about roughly 10 feet
So I'm gonna drop back to that corner.
of where the kid is.
Yeah.
So it's up. He's up against the middle portion of the northern wall.
Okay. So that puts some distance between me and this hag.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna.
As you do that, she's gonna swipe at you.
Oh, of course.
Does I'm guessing a 21 hits.
Oh yeah, all of those things hit.
You take 14 points of slashing damage as she claws at your back and rips your back open as you run to get away.
Cool. Well, once I get to that location, I'm gonna just light up the I'm gonna light up those lovely, awesome friends of mine. I might as well. This is all about the friends today. We're just gonna get all the friends out. So I'm gonna get the spirit guardians out once I get over to that location. And the two little ghost friends, our two little happy Casper the ghost-looking little elf ears and everything pop up with their unnaturally just two happy faces. Are just gonna pop up and watch my back because this is nonsense right now.
So they pop up in the center of the room?
They pop up directly around me to just kind of give me some cover because that was a little too much.
So read what the card does.
You call forth two spirits. They
Mhm.
flint around you at a distance of 15 feet for my duration, and they're of my appearance, of whatever I want. And I'm going to you can designate something to be affected by it. I'm designating that hag to be affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
When the creature enters that area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must take a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Yep.
Or necrotic, whatever I want.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So you have two little Caspers that are hovering
Yeah.
around you now.
Yeah.
And Sully, the hag. The hag looks back at you, and you see her put her hand out, and you see three missiles shoot back at you and hit you for 10 points of damage and throw you against the back wall.
No. I deflect missiles?
Magic missiles?
Deflect missiles. Reduce ranged weapon. Is it a weapon?
No, it's a magic
fuck
missile.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll dodge.
I don't
Just
think you
gonna
can
get
dodge a
all of
magic
the
missile.
friends.
Can you?
I don't know.
You can't.
Got more friends.
Because it automatically hits.
All right. How much do I take?
12 points of damage. Or excuse me, 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Fen, you see Sully knocked back against the eastern wall. Jenna is up over the corpse of this dead child, and the hag is now in front of you.
So I'll kind of position myself between the hag and Jenna,
Okay.
and then I'll slap at the hag with my primal savagery and say, no more of that. And that will be 15 to hit.
No.
All right.
You swipe, and she just backs up enough to miss the claws scraping against her face. Sully, you have now been knocked back as the hag giggled and hit you with a magic missile. Or 3, I should say.
I would like to use parlay.
What's this parlay you speak of?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to parlay, and have a truce to get them to take us to their leader.
Huh? You want me to do what?
I want bring us to whomever is in charge of this thing.
Why would I do that?
Is it pirates, right? Parlay. Is that what
Yes,
it's called?
parlay.
Yeah, I'm using litigimancy.
Legit. Respect. Tell me.
What'd you get?
What just happened?
What?
It's 22 to charisma.
Tell me. Why should I do that?
Because I've called in parlay. I demand that you take us to the leader so we can discuss the terms of our entrapment.
You're
This
in
is
what,
obviously
Vince?
some sort of game, and we need to know the rules in order to be able to partake of it properly.
And why do you think he would tell you?
All right. Because obviously he was expecting us.
Was he?
Do you just collect children to only poke at when we arrive?
No.
Well, the entire tower has been covered in a black substance that makes it so that nobody can get in or out. So,
Who
you tell me.
said nobody can get out or even in?
And then I'm going to yell from across the room because I hear all this. I'm going to be like, yeah, no, we got an invitation. And I press digitate an invitation that says he invited us, that he who must not be named invited us to the creepy tower to come hang out and play a game. Signed, evil guy in the tower. You'll find out soon. Just come and ask for me.
In case you haven't noticed, I wasn't born yesterday.
Look.
But you look so young.
Oh, why thank you.
So, could you please point the way?
Look, there's 3 of us and 1 of you.
The way I see it is you're not doing too well.
Really, that thing in the hallway over there speaks different.
You killed Frismane?
Yeah, we don't want any more accidental deaths. Do you guys have covered? Are you guys covered by workers' compensation? Because somebody's going to have to deal with that thing's family.
And she just stares at you.
Compensation. Do you know your workers' rights?
You might be entitled
What
to a
is
settlement.
wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. Like, you have been down here for how long?
Long enough?
Yeah, it sounds like your
Are
boss
you getting
isn't very
overtime
good.
for this?
What are you talking about?
What sort of compensation do you have for being here?
Compensation?
Yes. Is any of this loot yours?
I assume so.
Is it written down?
No.
Well, how do you know it's yours? A verbal agreement is not.
Yes, verbal agreements are binding in certain countries.
Are they here?
I don't know. I've never thought about it.
Well, maybe you should. Have you checked with your local litigimancer?
A what?
One who practices law.
That's not real.
Yes, it is.
Litigimancy is not a thing.
It's totally a thing.
Not a thing.
Totally a thing.
It's actually a thing.
It's not a thing.
It really is a thing.
And as you keep arguing, your litigimancy is starting to wear off.
That was only a 20.
We'll agree to disagree.
Okay, fine. We disagree. Now, let's go ahead and move on. We'll leave you to this. Good luck with the child. And I'll start walking out.
Have fun storming the castle.
Thanks.
I will pack up my little skeleton, my 2 little ghost things, and I will cruise on out of there.
Slowly back away.
But all you got to do is go down that hallway.
Thank you.
Bye.
When was the last time you had a decent drink?
What? No.
Toss the other wineskin that
Okay.
I got from the inn.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And let's walk to the other door.
Let's never speak of what happened in this room ever again.
Me personally, I'm speechless.
Fen,
damn, that
as
was
you
amazing.
leave, you do get the scent of dead flesh, and you realize that was a little child.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was real. So let's just never speak of this room again.
I'm gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Pretend like it didn't happen. It's fine.
So we left the other door open, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So as you make your way down this hallway, it's about 50 feet in length. Sully, as you creep down the hallway, you get to the door itself, and the door is now open because of young skeleton.
Yep.
And inside, it seems as though it's been a repurposed chamber. You see in the center, there is a red orb on a white marbled pedestal. There are 4 tables around it, and on the tables you see body parts. You see legs, you see arms, you see feet, skulls, and the flesh is still there but rotting.
Oh, so it's like a buffet, but it's
No,
like,
it's like a puzzle, right? We have to reassemble it.
Along the walls, you see almost full-figured monstrosities that are stitched together. Some are whole, some are not. Some are they're all tied up, but some don't have all their body parts there. They're all of varying sizes, from about 5.5 feet all the way up to 8 feet. You see 2 on each wall.
But they're all tied to the wall.
They look like they're all tied to boards that are pressed up against the wall.
So, like, specimen things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But what's interesting to note, too, is you see the same tapestries hanging from the ceiling of this roof, or of this room. And the tapestries themselves are what would have been an old bright red are now worn and faded.
Were they just solid colors?
Yep.
or-
and this orb itself is right in the center.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? What is this? And like, it's not a buffet.
Is it a project in process? Like, do we finish the pieces?
I don't know.
Reattach them to the walls at the right places?
No, I'm. Look, I may dabble in a little, necromancy, but no.
This does seem kind of your room.
And I look over at my little skeleton friend, my Frelatin, and I'm like, all right, come on, let's get the pieces.
And he
Go.
just starts to waddle in.
Yeah. I'm gonna send him in first.
Okay.
Have him waddle in there.
Walks in just fine. What do you tell him? Do you tell him to do anything?
What's that?
Do you tell him to do anything, or just walk around?
No, we're just gonna cruise in there. We're gonna bust out the necromancy notebook and just kind of start taking notes. How many arms are there? How many legs are there?
So you see him kind of looking around these makeshift operating tables, and he's lifting up legs, and you see about 6 different legs. He then starts to lift up feet, and he's kind of juggling 4 feet
Yeah,
at this
4
point.
feet. Good.
And what you notice is the feet have rotting flesh on them, almost like they're preserved, but there's still bone sticking out the top.
Oh, that's good. That's
you
the
see,
good kind.
you see him start to throw skulls against the wall, and there's about 6 or 7 skulls that he starts to huck against the
Cool.
wall.
Is there the pieces that are missing on the bodies on the walls? Does it correlate to the pieces that are on the pedestals?
You don't think so?
This is a process. It takes a hot minute. Like
Okay.
I can't just put them together.
Are they
I don't
missing
know.
different things?
You
Are they
can
missing
come
the
help.
same things?
I mean, I don't.
They're
know.
missing different
What do
pieces.
we know about the orb?
I don't know. I mean, is it?
Do we look into the orb? Do we poke the orb?
Can
It
I
looks
do an
magical,
Arcana
right?
check on the orb?
Do we ask
while
the
I
orb
got
questions?
The notebook out.
Do we shake it?
No, just
Let's not touch anything.
was a 17 do anything for you?
As you start to look in this orb, you see what is giving off that red hue, and it almost looks like a fog is rolling around inside of the orb.
I think it's a remember all.
I don't. Does this remind you of anything?
Mike.
Does this remind you of anything?
Does it remind me of anything? Nope.
I thought this was. Is this kind of like your other orb that you have?
No, it's way too big.
Same tech.
It's way too big to fit in the thingy, right?
Oh yeah. The orb itself is about 3 feet in diameter.
Oh yeah. That's way too big.
I don't know. It reminds me of it. I'm gonna keep cataloging bodies. I'm like, I don't know. It's obviously an orb of some kind of magical power.
Are the things on the wall like moving, writhing around? No.
Well,
Are there any doors, windows, anything like that?
you see a door in the southwestern corner of this room.
I'm gonna walk up to it and see if I can if it can open or if it's locked or anything like that.
It feels like you can open it.
There's a door here. We could just ignore this room of random body parts.
Well, I don't know. I started now on this project. You asked me to do this, and now I'm. I mean,
Hey,
I'm,
Chesty, do you think you could swallow the orb?
Huh?
In case of emergency.
Huh?
Huh? I'm not asking you right now. Do you think you could if we needed to? Okay.
We could go
All
back
right.
and get that
We're not doing that.
dead kid,
Just trying to
right?
gauge.
Maybe that'll be useful in this room.
remember, you have that cloak.
Oh, right, the cloak. Wasn't there a boat in there?
There is a
There
boat.
is a
on-
boat.
Yeah, what happens if you just throw the boat into a way too small room?
It's a rowboat, so I think it's a small enough boat.
Have you ever accidentally opened up an inflatable boat in a closet?
I have not actually accidentally opened inflatable
'Kay.
and or other
Are you
boats in small locations.
Like, it's got to go somewhere.
This is a 20 by 20 foot room that mimics the one with the dead child.
Okay.
You just have to keep reminding me about the dead child. That's
Well,
great.
we've got like a resurrection room here, right?
All right. So we catalog what's in here and stride boldly forward.
Wait, you don't want me to assemble parts now? I'm super confused.
Well, is there a torso? Or is it just gonna be a head walking around?
Well,
with
yeah,
feet?
I'm getting to that section. There's a lot of parts.
Okay.
I mean, like, what? I mean, I'm just holding an arm. I'm like, what? This is taking a lot of schooling. Do you really? I'm feeling unappreciated right now. I'm just wiggling it. Like, really unappreciated.
We didn't fight the hag. It's the best I could do.
You have a point.
Okay. Let's catalog.
So, just tell me what you'd like me to do.
All right. Do we try reattaching something and see what happens?
I'm assuming I've got enough parts to make a thing.
You could find, I mean, if you want to put something like a full body together, you could.
Is that what you want me to do? Because I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was a puzzle at first.
So we just like stitch the body together and hope the orb does something?
Well, I mean, look, I've got like 3 arms, a skull, and an extra foot. I could just put them all together
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
see what
and-
happens.
Okay, fine.
Do you want like a normal body or like a more
No,
interesting
no,
body?
I'm just gonna take the 2 hands and I'm gonna attach it to a skull, and we'll just have that thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you attach all these pieces together, and now it's lying on one of these tables
Behold,
in full form.
it's actually quite good. I'm a little proud.
And you
And-
push in on its flesh, and it's resistant. You push it in a little bit.
Now we chant or something?
I put my hand on it and be like, I'm gonna call it Stan.
Stan? All right.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but
So you put your hand on it and call it Stan, and nothing.
nothing happens. I tried.
Excuse me, orb.
You hear
And I'm going to
nothing
take
back.
Stan's little hand. I'm going to reach Stan's little hand out and put Stan's little hand on the orb and go, come on, Stan. Come on.
So you put Stan's hand on the orb, and you just start to see the hand wiggle and vibrate, which then shoots down to his elbow, and his elbow starts to vibrate, and then his shoulder starts to come to life, and the rest of the body of this
Weird.
mutated, stitched together being starts to rise up off of the table.
Oh, Stan, you're so pretty.
Hi, Stan.
Yes.
Granola?
What are you trying to do? Poison him?
I was eating it.
Wine. And I have the little flask of wine. I'm like, here.
Hard-boiled egg? Sausage?
Maybe we shouldn't encourage it to eat.
No, feed Stan.
Here you go, Stan. to come with us?
And you start to see his grins turn a little more menacing.
Buddy. I'm like your parents.
And you see his hand that's gripping the side of the table rip it off, and you see just a chunk of wood in his hand now.
Yeah, I feel the same way about
Mornings are rough. I'm sorry.
my parents, but that's fine.
Come on, let's go.
And he stands up.
All right. Let's open the door.
You
Lead
really
us
love
towards the
talking to my
door.
pets, don't you?
Yeah.
Apparently, I make them. You can communicate with them, so that's new for the necromancy books. I have not seen that one happen before, but hey,
All right.
legit.
Yeah.
Should we take the orb too?
It's 3 feet
I don't think we should touch the orb.
But look what it's done. Stan is magnificent.
Stan is magnificent.
All right, well, let's cruise out the door with our new pet friend, Stan. The weird arm, leg, monstrosity thing.
And you now have a flesh golem following you around.
All right.
Sweet. So we got
Can you
two
get
little.
Stan to open the door, maybe?
Yeah, we got this. Open up the door.
Okay, you open the door, and what you see is this is an adjoining room, and this what is what looks like the remains of like a study, and through this door there are doors that go on each side, left and right, on the western wall and the eastern wall.
Which way does Stan want to go?
Do you need to go to the bathroom? All
Want to
right.
go outside?
You want to read a book? Well, let's see what we got here.
Does everybody walk in to this room?
I think
Yeah.
I think we have to. The absurdity calls for it.
Yep.
So you walk into the room,
Oh.
and you hear the door slam behind you.
Of course.
As you pull out a book, Sully, you just get trounced in water that is flowing out of the wall at this point from where you pulled the book out. And it is flowing, it is gushing out of this wall, out of this crevice.
What's up?
What's up? It is a vaulted ceiling that goes, it's about 10 feet up till the ceiling starts to go convexed in, and it's about another 5 feet up where the ceiling stops.
All right, put the book back.
You can't get it back. And the water is still gushing out and gushing out. At this point, it's at your feet.
What book did I pull out?
It just says The Makings of a Mystery.
All right. I say we look for a drain. Do you know where the drain is? All right, start looking.
And
Starts-
you see what'd you call him, Stan?
Stan.
You see him running back and forth from end to end of this room, trying to knock at the doors and just trying to get out. You see a flesh golem is actually afraid of something at this point.
Can we scan the bookcases? Like, just take a bookcase and like scan them, see if we see anything else that has any of interest that might be helpful. Like, obviously, one book lets the water in. Maybe there's another book that lets maybe like something else in. Could
Maybe
be
the
fire.
answer to the mystery.
Hey, at least we got a boat if we need one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we do have a boat. Wait, what else do you have on that thing?
A window?
A window?
A pit?
Wait, how big is the pit?
It's like a pit-sized pit.
There is a window.
What does a window do?
I don't actually know.
It makes a window.
Okay, let's put a window on one of the doors. Maybe the
Well,
doorway just came through.
The water's only like ankle deep right now.
It's
This is not
getting higher rapidly. As
don't
you
know
say,
if
it's only ankle deep. It's now thigh high.
I don't know if this is window time quite yet, right?
Okay, then let's look for the answer. Let's look for the answer to the mystery on one of the shelves or a drain.
All right, I'd love to search the bookcase nearest me for anything
Sure.
interesting.
Roll for perception and
16 to look for the floor for a drain.
okay. And you see Stan, as you're down on the floor, padding through the water. It's roughly almost up to your chin if you're on your knees looking for it, and you see Stan run by you and just splash water all in your face. And
He's all hands.
yeah, as you start to pat the ground, you don't find anything that would act as though it was a drain.
20.
20. You find 3 books that kind of stand out to you. And as you're doing so, you now notice that the water is waist high. And the 3 books, one is, what is it? One is the Barge of Braithright, B-A-R-G. The second is Acorns Anonymous. And the third is Cakes and Why We Love Them.
Ooh, cake!
Well, Cakes and Why We Well Love Them is a book I've been looking for a very long time, so that immediately gets secreted away. I just need that. But I yell over at Sully. I'm like, I think this has something to do with the barge, this barge book. Come here. And I yell at Fen, come here, quick.
Hey, Stan! Come on!
Stan Pumpkin.
I got
Fen,
running
what are you
over.
doing?
I'm gonna run over and grab that barge book and see if I can like yank it out,
Okay. Yeah, you can easily get it out of the...
and then I'll try to open it and see
It's
if
a
anything happens.
book on boats.
I'll quickly
or
flip through,
barges.
see if there's any interesting pictures.
You see just all different sizes and types of barges.
Fine. And I toss Acorns Anonymous at you, and I go, look at this. You probably need it more than I do.
You see at least 20 different styles of acorns that have been carved into all different shapes.
We need to bring that back for Sharon.
I have no pocket.
Fine. And
Oh, no. Don't eat this, but hold on to this.
and I'll pull out the Cakes and Why We Love Them.
At this point, the water is up to your chest.
Stan,
And-
honey, pick mommy up.
And he puts you on his shoulder. And you're about, at this point, after being on Stan, you're about 4 feet from the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
We may want to open windows.
Well, I haven't read Cakes and Why We Love Them.
All right.
You see as you flip through this book, you see recipes for what look like the most delectable cakes and muffins and pastries that you could ever want. Sully, where are you right now?
Sort of in the center of the room. Because I was looking for the drain.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Fen, where are you?
Is there any? So I ran over to where the barge book was and pulled that out.
Yep.
Is that like all along the wall is just bookcases, or is there?
You notice as you look where you notice 2 things. There is a book, another book that's standing out, and it's called Knives of the World. And you see in the area where you pulled the barge book out, against the wall, you see the letter A.
There's letters here. They must correspond
It's a
to
book.
something. No, I think if we pull these books out, we'll discover letters.
We'll do it.
All right. Go to the walls, start pulling books out near where the things that were pulled out.
So you start pulling books off the wall, and the books, now that the water is almost up to your neck, the books are making a floating pile through the water, and you notice that half of the books are now underwater, and the ones that you were able to take off that you can still see, you see a B, a slot that would be for B, and then Fen, you see the A in front of you.
So there's an A and a B slot. Do we have anything to put in them?
Acorns in the A.
And you feel a click, and the book is sturdy.
Okay,
And I'm gonna
barges.
stick barges in B.
And that clicks and is sturdy.
Start looking for C.
Okay, you don't see it on any of them above the water.
Yeah.
Roll me a swimming or athletics check. The water is now
14.
at the at the crest of where the ceiling starts to move inward. So you have about 5 feet left until this room is completely engulfed. You got a 14.
Yeah.
You start knocking the books off of the left side of the library, and you don't see anything. Jenna, you now see that Stan, the water is at his forehead, and you just hear,
All right, I'll hop off a Stan and Stan float, honey. Just use the books as a raft.
and he's kind of grasping, and
Okay.
he's not
He's trying.
he's trying,
And then-
but he's
And
undying, and
I would like to hop. I would like to kind of add my skeleton friend that's still hanging out with us, and it doesn't need to breathe, so have him kind of just circle out all the books.
okay. So you see him swim down and just start to crash the books left and right.
And I'm going to take a swim down there because I just figured out what they're doing and see if I understand where my precious cakes book should go.
So roll me an acrobatics check as well.
It's not good.
Or athletics, one of the two.
I can't like history my way down or
No.
investigate it or like. I'll take the 5.
Okay, so you start to swim down, and you spend too much time as you're looking through this, and your hand gets caught in between one of the shelves, and you suffer 6 points of damage as you're just breathing in water at this point. Sully, as you're swimming, you see Jenna kind of getting stuck and is not able to pull her hand out of the shelf as it's now pinched between the top shelf and the bottom shelf that's cracking.
All right. I'm going to try to set her free.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Yep. 18.
So you swim over to Jenna, and you also need to make me a athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
It's going to be athletics at this point.
16.
Okay. So you easily swim over and pull Jenna out of the shelves that have wrapped around her hand, have crashed around her hand, and you're both able to make it back up to the water, which is now only is about 3 feet.
Put the book in the thing.
Yeah.
And I just go to heal myself at that point because I can't really do too much.
Trying to
I am
put the
almost
thing in the thing.
incapacitated.
Okay, so you have which book?
A's been put away. B's been put away. Let's put away cakes.
Okay, roll me an acrobatics and then a perception to try and find it.
Acrobatics is a
Or I'm sorry, athletics. My bad.
16.
And I'm going to throw a bless on this situation as well. So take an extra 1d4 for everybody in this room right now. Or I'm sorry, just add roll a d4 and add the number to the attack roll or saving throw. What
right.
you got?
19.
Whatever you got.
Okay. Fen, what are you doing right now?
I'm seeing if he can make it, so I'm going to kind of like swim near him and follow him down to see if I can help him.
Okay. So you swim down, and Sully, you can go down, and you see on the right side of all of these shelves a place for a C, or you see a C. Clank, and it crashes. It locks in. But the water's still rising.
Looking around, does there seem to be like any other books that were sticking out?
No?
I'm going to rip off the window and slam it on the ground.
You slam the window on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see Fen. Make me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Sure. 6.
So you get halfway down, and you're grasping, and you pull off the window, the patch with the window on it, but you can't seem to get to the floor just yet. Jenna, you now you see Stan almost choking at this point as the water has hit the ceiling. And you need to make me a Constitution save.
11?
Okay. Sully, you make me a Constitution save as well.
$16.
Okay. The water has now completely engulfed this this room. Jenna, what do you want to do?
This is a good question. Just pretty freaked out. I'm gonna grab that sword and just like aim it at a wall and just be as freaked out as possible.
And you smash the sword against the wall and smash the sword against the wall, and nothing. It doesn't seem to be connecting as the resistance of the water is preventing you from really hitting it hard.
I got nothing. I even light it up with the green flame just to see if anything happens. Nothing.
No. Sully, what are you doing?
All right. Is the patch still in? Where's the patch?
It's still in
Yeah,
his
I still
hands.
got the-
All right. I'm going to try to put it on the floor.
Okay. That's going to be a dexterity check.
Just a dexterity check?
Yep.
All right. 18.
Are you going to allow him to take it?
I'm actually going to hold off on that for a second. I'm going to yank it back from him. I'm going to transform into a giant octopus and then swim with the patch in my tentacle towards the door and try to put it on the door.
Okay, before you transform, make me a dexterity check.
Sure. 10.
So you transform into this giant octopus and start to make your way back to the door as Sully rips the patch out of your hands. And you slam the patch onto the floor, and you see a window pop and expand, and you hear glass just break as a whirlpool of water starts to drain into the floor. and you see, and Jenna, you just feel the water start to dissipate from the ceiling.
Are there any rafters or anything?
No.
Nothing?
And you see Stan.
I'm like gonna swim over to Stan and I'm gonna try and flick this vine thing out just to hold us against something.
You're gonna what?
Can I try and like use the whip to get over to Stan?
Sure.
Like thing and just kinda Stan. And I got a little skeleton friend. Just gonna hang out with them. It's my little friends, my little children. They're very important to me right now in this game. That's it.
And the water starts to just drop down and dissipate, and you see it finally pool into the window as the water is parallel or is just touching the top of the window. And you now have a pool of water in the middle of this and an octopus that is at the eastern door.
What's on the other side of the window?
It's just all the water is down there.
Yeah,
now.
what got cast?
Huh?
I have no idea what got cast. I'm looking as like, did it just make a window to the other side of the floor? So is there still water coming out?
No.
So what's in the room down below?
And what you notice on the side wall is you now see a place, one last slot that has a K on it.
K?
I don't know.
All right, look for the K book.
I'm going to hold my breath and walk towards the water.
So you see an octopus holding a book as he walks towards the water.
And I'll try to hand him the book.
I'm
Says
just
Knives
hugging.
of the World.
I'm just hugging Stan and Freliton and just being like,
And nothing. And you hear the doors click and open up a crack on each side.
All right. I'm going to go over and hug Stan. We got this. We totally had this.
don't listen, honey, don't listen to him. Don't. This is
You were
fine.
instrumental in this.
Okay, listen to him a little bit. Where did Fen go?
Turned into the octopus.
I wave a tentacle.
Okay. How's the water?
I'll just make octopus noises.
Cool. Cool. Is there anything interesting there?
Can I dive in the water a little bit?
Sure.
How deep does it seem to go?
It seems like it goes down probably about 15, 20 feet. Or no, it would be even more. It's about 30 feet.
Is there anything interesting in there, or does it just seem like a room?
As you go down, it opens up into a giant underwater vault.
Can I swim around and see if there's like anything along the walls? Or?
Sure. What you notice is there are little little caverns along the walls that are almost methodical in their placement. They in this entire chasm, which is about 100 feet around. You see about every 10 feet there's another one of these little caverns.
I'll go towards the closest one. Is there anything in it?
You can only see about 10 feet to 20 feet back.
I'll swim a little bit further into it.
As you get a little further, it hits into a wall.
Okay. Does it look like there's anything further below, or it just seems like there's uniform caverns?
It seems like a uniform cavern underneath.
Okay. I'll head towards the top then, towards
Okay.
the hole.
So you start to head back up towards the hole, and you feel suckers trying to touch you, but they can't connect because your own suckers repel them off.
All right.
And you make it back up top, but you feel several more of these suckers try and reaching to get onto you, but can't.
All right. I'm gonna try to climb out of the water and not be an octopus anymore.
Okay. You get out.
There's something in there. Rip the window up. Something, cover it.
I don't know how these windows work.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
And you pop the window off, and it vanishes, and the hole in the wall or the hole in the floor vanishes.
All right. There's
That's-
something with tentacles down there. That's all I know.
I give you back the window.
Thank you.
Now,
Set it to the side.
and as you set it to the side, there is now a hole, and you see a tentacle shoot up out of the ground again. And it smacks onto you, but the suckers can't grab onto you.
I'll try to pick it up again. The
Yep.
window.
And you see the tentacle shoot back down through, and now you're holding onto a window frame.
Should we put this against something else? The door?
Smash the window frame.
Wait. Maybe the hag wants a view.
Maybe the what? The
Maybe
hag?
the hag would like a view.
Throw it down the hall. Or actually, hang
Let's
on
go
a second.
give it to her.
No, even better.
Yeah.
Give me the window. And
All
I
right.
grab the window real quick and I give it to the skeleton and I'm like, friend skeleton, honey, go run this down to the nice witch lady.
Okay. And you see him just trance down the hall,
Holding it up.
holding it up over his head, and you just hear in the distance, "How the hell did you give me a frame?"
It's a gift.
If
There's
you
an
put-
octopus inside.
There's an octopus on it if you put it on the ground. But I'm guessing if you put it on the wall, you'll have a window.
What?
Hold on. Run over.
Well, to get friend skeleton to come back.
Yeah.
too.
We're gonna run back over there. Okay, you've been in this room for a long time. I figured you might like a view.
Why? I can leave whenever I want.
Well, I mean, this is a dank room. I figured it might lighten up the place a little bit.
We'll even take the dead kid. You don't want a dead body, right? We'll give you a window.
Wait, did you
and
go
we'll take
too?
this dead corpse. Yeah.
You're taking my...
You want this rotted dead corpse?
What do you know about it?
I mean, we were trying to help you out here. We were trying to give you a window, clean up this dead thing.
I'm not trying to. I'm offering you a window. That's it.
Okay.
If you don't want the window, I can take it back.
She takes the window, puts it up on the wall, and it opens up the stone, and now you see rubble. What is this supposed to do? I get dirt instead of stone?
Ceiling?
And as you put it on the ceiling, Joe, make me a dexterity check.
Okay. All right. That's a 20.
You manage to jump out of the way as a stone throne comes crashing down and breaks into hundreds of pieces. Well, that was smart.
That was really dumb.
Let's try the floor. That was where the octopus was,
Well,
right?
dude, do you want octopus? Maybe she doesn't want octopus. Do you want octopus?
What?
Would you like some octopus?
No.
Okay, sorry. I'll tuck it under my arm. Nope. Holding it out.
And for a second, you see the ribs in Sully's chest go bare.
This could be useful.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm still in the other rooms.
So you want
Here.
to keep this dead child here,
Here,
and you don't
take-
want this awesome window.
I'm going to give back to the friend. Run this back to your mom.
And
Right.
Jenna, you see the little skeleton come in with the frame over the window frame over his head.
All right.
Good job, honey.
I'm going to
I'm
start
not even
cleaning up
gonna.
the rubble. I am so sorry about this.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Sorry. Sweep it out. Bye. I'm back to you. So,
I'll just
it's a
back
window
away
to
slowly.
death. I think we should hold on to it.
No. I don't wanna even hear it. I don't. No.
If
No,
you put
no.
if you put it on somebody, it goes into them.
I don't want to hear it. Let's go.
Okay.
And
Right or left?
We can
There's
use the
only
window to
two
find out
doors.
what's through the door, right?
They're both open.
well, we came through one of them to get in here.
I thought there were two more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pick one.
We can see what's above us.
You know, that might not be the best idea.
I'll tell you
Did
what.
you see the throne?
Yeah, that means something interesting's up there.
Gonna get the window back to you and be like, here you go. You can use this and discover which way you want to go. And then I want to pop over to the bookcase. If I pull, do I think if I pull one of these books out that was in the
There's
slot?
no books left. They've all been in the slot.
Yeah, that it would turn on the water or anything like that.
You don't know.
What are you
Pick
gonna
a
do?
door.
On one of the
I'll
doors.
take the window.
Open the one on the right.
So you go to the eastern wall, the eastern wall of this room, and you slowly open the cracked door. And as you peer in, we'll find out next week.
Ah,
That was hilarious.
that was really good.
I'm sitting like here waiting for the book that you're like, oh, it's K, Knives of the World. Okay, I'm done. That was well played, sir.
How did I become a necromancer in this episode?
I don't know, but your
got all the
alignment's going to be
spirits.
going straight down the hill.
It's all over the place. It's a good thing I don't have like an actual deity that I care about at all in any capacity. So
Uh-huh.
But good call on the cape or the cloak.
It did come in handy.
I was waiting to see if you actually tried the boat.
I was kind of
Well,
curious.
see, the boat would just crush us against the roof, right?
Yeah. That wouldn't have done much good.
No. But Stan is great, and friend Skeleton is great.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy.
We're
with-
making friends everywhere we go.
I'm pretty happy with them right now.
Not how I thought that room was going to go either.
What?
the animated body room.
I wonder what was actually supposed to happen in there.
I don't know. But I love what happened in there. It just turned into an academia session.
And we gained a valuable ally.
And I've discovered something new about myself. Apparently I can put dead people things together.
Well,
My alignment's screwed.
that was a blast. The Digimancy, not a thing.
I am totally going with it.
I actually think it's a thing.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Kind of did. Kind of did. Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks. As we won't be here. We won't be playing next week, but the Monday after that, we'll be here.
Do you guys
Well,
have anything fun
there's
going
a-
on?
2 weeks?
Oh, actually, maybe not 2 weeks. I'm gonna be at PAX.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's right. You're lucky.
week after that.
I might be gone.
Oh yeah, you might have a kid at that point.
Yeah, you might have a child's.
We'll let you guys know when we're coming back.
There's a lot of things in flux right now.
Yeah. So thank you for watching, and we'll be back shortly. Bye, friends.
Bye.
I'm going to go try to turn this off now. Just keep waving.
But no, litigimancy. It is a total thing.
That was legit the game changer of the night.